So I've added a couple of new items to my gear getting ready for my upcoming Arizona trail hike, and one of them is just a replacement food bag, and I bought a little bigger one. This is Zpacks DCF bag. You know, you can always fold them down, but you can't fold them up if you get them too small. So I bought a larger. This is probably a quarter at least, or half more than the other one I had, which I had for years. It was a good bag. I mean, these things are a little pricey. I get sticker shock when I look at their prices, this DCF stuff, but yeah, I did beat the heck out of the old one for, you know, 2 through hikes out here in the desert all the time, throwing it on the ground, and really the outside wasn't what was delaminated, it was the inside. So it's just like all these loose hairs, very tough loose hairs. Every time I reached in the bag, it probably still has some life to it if I could deal with that, but I don't want to deal with that. So anyway, I bought this larger size, and I don't carry any kind of a dry bag, or I don't carry a trash bag to put in my pack. The pack's pretty well watertight, and if I was in some sustained long wet weather, I could take my food out of this bag and put clothing in it, and I've got 2 others that are just like this that are pretty much waterproof, so they have more than one use. And so that didn't add anything to my weight, it just replaced my old one. The other thing I added was a new Hilleberg tent bag. I told you I destroy these quite often because everything's ripping, poking, tearing at them out here in the desert. But even if you don't hike in the desert and you have to climb under deadfall in the trail, I mean, these bags take a beating. I carry my tent on the outside. It protects my tent. Inside is the tent's wrapped in Tyvek first, so the tent never gets touched. But either I screwed up or Hilleberg screwed up. I thought I was ordering an Hilleberg Enon tent bag when I've ordered 2 or 3 before, and they weigh like an ounce, and they're just the right size for the tent and the stakes and the pole. But I've always been able to wrap my Tyvek and get it in here also. But on a cold morning when your hands are like a frozen hanging beef, sometimes trying to fiddle, I don't like to fiddle, getting it into that bag, it takes a few minutes, maybe a minute, I don't care. Your hands are cold, it seems like an hour. So this bag comes in, it's 2 ounces more, but it's got a much bigger opening. It's a much bigger bag. I'm not going to put any more in it, but I can fold that tent up and just drop it in there and be on my way. And so for 2 ounces, whoever screwed up, I think that's a good thing. It's going to work out just fine for me. And so those, you know, big deal. Those are the 2 things I've added. But the other thing I'm trying to get, which I can't seem to find anywhere online, and a lot of, you know, now that this will be like the first time I've tried to video a through hike, and I don't want to carry a bunch of video gear, but I'm finding probably other people videoing trails like this are starting to carry them too. So it's going to add a lot of weight, but I'm trying to find a 3.5 rocket launcher, so every time a plane without a muffler goes over me right in the middle of one of my videos, I can take that baby down. No, I'm not really. Honest. Don't send the spooks to check me out. Keep smiling. This is pretty much your terrain for the first 50 to 80 miles of the Arizona Trail. Grass and scrub. So if you're not used to how cowboy gaits work, get used to it, because you'll come to a lot of them.